My name's Melvin Bolton. I was a sergeant, United States Marine Corps, and live in Fort Mott, South Carolina.
When did you enlist in the Corps?
Enlisted in the Marine Corps in January 1968.
And why did you select the Marine Corps?
Well, I was at Carolina up here, and I was up here since '65, and in the '67, my GPR got below 2.0, and the draft board in St. Matthews was going to draft me, and I had a good buddy in Newberry, and they were going to draft him, and I said, you know, let's go under the buddy plan. He said, okay, that'd be fine. So we first went to the National Guard, and they were booked up and didn't have any openings. Went to the Air Force, same. Went to the Navy, and the Navy said, yeah, y'all can go under the buddy plan, and said, you got to take a test. So I took a test and made high on the test of my buddy. And so we went to the Marine Corps recruiter, and he said, oh yeah, we'll take you under the buddy plan. And I signed up that day, and this guy had to go back home and get a birth certificate or something, and said, you know, I'll come back up there and sign up, and we'll go together. So I said, you know, I talked to him one day, and I said, let's go up there and sign you up. And he said, no. He said, I'm going to let them draft me. And I was signed up, so I was doomed for Paris Island.
What'd your family think about that?
Well, my father died when I was 15, and Mama, she had 4 kids to raise, and I don't think she really realized, you know, what I'd done. And I mean, you know, probably get one child out of the nest, they would, you know, be a lot easier for her. So.
When you were growing up, what was the childhood hero?
Probably my childhood hero would have been Hopalong Cassidy, or some of those guys on those old movies back then.
You ever ride the horses to tie off before you go in and watch the movie?
Oh yeah, we used to have a old China Bear stick with a little string around it, and ride it to the movies and park it outside and go in.
What MLS slots did you list in order of preference when you got into the Marines?
Well, I signed up for 4 years. That's aviation guarantee, and I had to stay for 4 years. And after I went through the aviation schools in Memphis and graduated out in jet aircraft as a mechanic, the Marine Corps came up and said, this class is going to helicopters. So I was stuck in the helicopters, and after graduated from there, they sent me to HMM-162 in New River, North Carolina, and I was assigned 6112 as a jet helicopter mechanic, and started flying on them as a, had to go through first mech first, be a first mech, and then qualify as a crew chief, and I wound up on the 46.
How'd you like the 46?
Oh, it was a wonderful machine. I mean, it was great. In fact, when I was in New River, we went up to not Willow Grove, but up in Philadelphia to pick up the new models, the F models, and these aircraft had soundproofing and everything in them, and they smelled like a new car. They were great.
They also up-powered them too. Didn't they have more power in the end?
No, the engine was the same. They have T58-10s, General Electric engines, and I don't think they beefed them up until they went to the E model.
So how long were you in active duty?
4 years.
Did you go to active reserves after that?
Yeah, well, not active, inactive, for another 2 years, I think, but you know, they never called me back.
Do you have any favorite songs during that era?
Back then, I mean, every song was favorite. I mean, we had the Doors, the Rascals, the Byrds, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and I mean, all of them were great. You know, Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, and all those guys. You know, I mean, it was one great song after another.
You get a kick out of how the kids nowadays think they've found something new?
Say again now?
You get a kick out of how the kids think they found something new by listening to the same songs, almost.
Oh yeah. They get a real kick out of them, and a lot of the grown people do. You know, younger people in the 40s and stuff like that.
What was that like the first time you flew in Vietnam?
Well, the first time I flew in Vietnam, when I first got there, I told the line chief, you know, let's let me fly some easy missions to start with, so I can get, you know, the country, get familiar with the country and the land and all that, and the terrain and stuff. And I think the second night they put me on night medevacs, and that was that's one of the worst ones you can find, because if the Fox mic crackles at 2 o'clock in the morning, everybody scrambles to the aircraft. You're sleepy. You got to try to light it off with a flashlight and get it going and stuff. And then, you know, it's just scary to launch it into the dark. And then when you get to the zone, you know, and the VCs, they waiting for you, because I mean, they wouldn't call you out in the middle of the night, you know, if it was just a routine. And when we, you know, go to the zone, we'd have these airships called basketball to drop a flare that would light up the whole world. And but that's the most scariest ones that I had to fly.
What was it like the last time you had to fly? How'd you feel?
The last time I flew, I was going home. They would take me back to Freedom Hill, and this old crazy pilot, Lieutenant Wright, he said, "Well, I'm gonna give him one last chance to kill you, Bolton." He said, "I'm gonna drop you. We low level in the A Shaw Valley, which was a bad valley." And I just told him, I said, "The crew chief's got a pistol back in." I said, "If they shoot us down, you could be the first one I kill."
What did he say to that?
Oh, he just giggled and laughed and went on. You know, he was a character.
What was it like when you got home? Actually got home?
Well, when I got home, they flew us in at night at Norton Air Force Base out in California, and it was they flew us out that night for a purpose, because during the day the people out there protesting and marching out there outside the gate, calling us baby killers and all that stuff. And then when I got home to Columbia, my fiance and my mother and them picked me up, and it was a relief to be back home. It was just so quiet and peaceful.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
That's about it.
Got any stories about Duncan you want to put on tape?
It's hard to. I can remember Duncan, and we used to fly together a lot, and he was a great pilot, and you know, we probably flew a lot of bad missions together too. But you know, like I said, he was a great pilot and well, a good friend.
Okay. You have anything else you want to add?
That's about it.